Are you prepping for your F1 visa interview and just totally overwhelmed by all the advice telling you to memorize perfect answers?
Honestly, that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Visa officers are literally trained to spot someone reciting a script. What they're really looking for is a confident, honest conversation.
And that's exactly why we're here. In this video, we're going to practice how to answer the most common visa interview questions in clear conversational English. The number one rule? No robots allowed.
By the end of this, you'll have the tools to walk into that interview feeling prepared and confident, ready to show them the real you. Let's jump in.
Okay, Adam, let's kick things off with the absolute number one rule, the foundation for everything we're going to talk about today. What is it?
It's simple. Do not memorize your answers. I can't say this enough. So many applicants think the goal is to deliver some flawless, word-for-word speech they found online. But that's a huge red flag for a consular officer.
Exactly. I mean, think about it from their side. An officer's interview with you is incredibly short, sometimes just a few minutes. In that tiny window, their main job is to verify three things. Are you a real student with clear goals? Can you actually afford all of this? And the big one, do you plan to return to your home country when you're done?
That last point is everything. Under U.S. law, the officer has to assume you're an intending immigrant until you prove you're not. You have to convince them you have strong reasons to go back home, what they call ties to your home country. This could be family, a job offer, property, or future business plans.
So when you give a memorized answer, it just sounds robotic and phony. It makes the officer think, what is this person trying to hide? They aren't grading your ability to recite a script. They want a real human conversation to see if you're credible. Trust me, they've heard thousands of applicants. They know the generic online answers before you even say them.
And it's not about having perfect, flawless English either. So many applicants get nervous about their accent or making small grammar mistakes. Don't be. The goal is clear communication, not perfect English. Trying to fake an American accent or using big, complicated words you're not comfortable with usually backfires. It just makes you sound unnatural and, you guessed it, rehearsed.
Right. The officer just wants to see that you can communicate well enough to handle your classes and get by in the U.S. Confidence and clarity are so much more important than perfection. Our goal today is to help you shift your mindset from memorizing to internalizing. We want you to understand the why behind the questions so you can build your own authentic answers.
It's all about being prepared, not scripted. You should absolutely think about the questions and what you want to say, but when you say it, it should feel like you're talking, not performing. That's how you build trust and a good rapport, even in a 2-minute chat.
Okay, to show you exactly what we mean, let's do a little role playing. I'll be the visa officer, and Adam, you'll be the student applicant. For this first round, Adam's going to make some of the classic mistakes. He's going to sound way too rehearsed and give answers that are technically correct, but not at all convincing. Ready, Adam?
Ready? I've memorized my lines.
Perfect. Let's begin. Good morning. Please pass me your passport and I-20 form.
Good morning, ma'am. Here are my documents.
Thank you. So, you are going to the University of Northwood for a master's in computer science. Why did you choose this university?
The University of Northwood is a very prestigious institution of higher learning. It is ranked among the top universities in the United States for computer science. The curriculum is world-renowned and has a particular emphasis on artificial intelligence, which is my chosen field of specialization. The faculty includes esteemed professors like Dr. Evelyn Reed, whose research in machine learning is globally recognized. I am confident this program will provide me with a superior education.
I see. And who is financing your education?
My father, Mr. David Chen, will be sponsoring my education. He is a successful businessman and has sufficient funds to cover all of my tuition fees and living expenses for the entire duration of my 2-year program. We have prepared all the necessary financial documents to substantiate this matter. He has allocated approximately $70,000 for my education.
What are your plans after you graduate?
Upon completion of my Master of Science degree, I intend to return to my home country immediately. My long-term goal is to leverage the advanced skills and knowledge I acquire in the United States to secure a high-level position in a leading technology firm in my country. My country's tech industry is growing, and this degree will make me a very competitive applicant.
Thank you. I'll need a moment to review your documents. Okay, scene. Let's stop right there.
So, how was it? I hit all the key points, didn't I?
You did. On paper, your answers were fine. You answered the questions, you were polite. But if I were a real visa officer, I'd have some serious doubts. The whole thing felt impersonal. It sounded like you were reading me the university's brochure.
Right. That's that memorization problem in action. My answers were packed with formal, clunky phrases like prestigious institution of higher learning and substantiate this matter. Nobody talks like that in real life. It instantly makes an officer think you're just repeating what some website told you to say. Let's break down each question.
Let's start with the first one. Why this university? Your answer was just a list of facts. You mentioned rankings, the curriculum, a professor's name. That's all good stuff to know, but it had no personal connection. Why do you, Adam, want to go there? The officer wants to know your personal motivation, not hear you recite the school's marketing slogans.
So instead of just listing facts, I need to connect them to me. For instance, I mentioned Dr. Reed's research. I should have said something more like, I've been following Dr. Evelyn Reed's work on neural networks, and her research is a perfect match for a project idea I have. The chance to actually learn from her is a huge reason I applied. See? It's specific, it's personal, and it shows I have a genuine passion for this, not that I just did a quick Google search.
Exactly. It shows you've done your homework because you're truly interested, not just trying to impress them. You should also be ready for follow-ups like, how many schools did you apply to? Or, where else did you get in? Your answers need to tell a consistent story that makes sense for you.
Got it. Okay, what about the second question? Who is financing you? My answer was so robotic. I said, my father, Mr. David Chen, will be sponsoring me. I used his full name and title. It's way too formal.
It really is. It sounds like you're reading a legal document. A much more natural answer is simply, my father is sponsoring me. If the officer needs more details, they'll ask. You mentioned having your documents ready, which is great. Definitely have them organized and handy. But don't announce it. Just answer the question directly. My father is covering my expenses. He's a businessman, and he has the funds set aside for my education.
That feels so much more direct and confident. It also stops me from over-explaining, which I think people do when they're nervous. It's better to keep answers short and to the point. The officer is on a tight schedule. They'll appreciate it.
Precisely. Now, for the last and most important question, what are your plans after graduation? This is where they're directly testing your intent to return home.
I said I would return to my home country immediately and leverage my skills. It sounds perfect, but I guess it's another one of those common memorized phrases.
It's the textbook answer, which makes it sound generic and unconvincing. The key here is to be specific. What are your actual ties to your home country? Don't just say you'll get a good job. Mention a specific company you want to work for. Talk about your family, a family business you need to run, property you own.
So, a much better answer would sound more like this. I'm definitely planning to return home. My family has a small software business, and my goal is to use what I learn about AI to help us expand. My father is hoping to retire in a few years, and I'm expected to help take over. Plus, all my family and friends are there, so I have every reason to go back.
Yes, 1,000 times better. It's personal, it's specific, and it gives concrete reasons family duty, a business goal that tie you to your home country. It's believable because it's your story. That's what it means to internalize. You know you need to prove you're coming back, but you're using your real life to do it.
Okay, I think it's clicking. Be direct, be personal, be conversational. Less robot, more human.
You've got it. So let's try this again. Round 2. I'm the visa officer. You're the confident, prepared student. Let's feel the difference.
Let's do it.
Good morning. Please give me your passport and I-20.
Good morning. Here you go.
Thank you. So, you're heading to the University of Northwood for a master's in computer science. Why did you pick that university?
I chose Northwood for a couple of specific reasons. Their program has a great practical focus on AI, which is what I want to specialize in. I'm also really interested in Professor Evelyn Reed's lab. I've followed her research on neural networks for a while now, and the chance to learn from her is a huge draw. Out of the 5 schools I applied to, Northwood's curriculum just felt like the best fit for my specific goals.
And who is paying for your education?
My father is. He runs a successful business back home, and he's been saving up for my education. We have all the financial records right here if you need to see them.
Okay. What are your plans after you finish your master's degree?
I'm definitely planning to return home. My long-term plan is to take over my family's software business. My dad wants to retire in the next few years, and I'm hoping to use the AI skills I get from this degree to expand our company into agricultural tech, which is a huge growing industry in my region. Besides, my whole family is there, so I have strong reasons to go back.
Thank you, Adam. See the difference? Night and day.
I felt it too. It was less about remembering specific words and more about just explaining my actual life. The answers were simpler, but they felt so much stronger and more honest.
They were. Your answers were confident. They told a consistent story, and they were personal to you. You sounded like a serious student with a clear plan, not someone who just copied a script off the internet. That's the person who gets the visa.
That breakdown was super helpful. Now, let's run through a rapid-fire round. You never know what they'll ask, so let's cover a few more common questions with some quick tips.
Love it. I'll throw a question at you, and you give us a smart way to think about answering it. First up, why do you want to study in the US and not Canada or the UK?
Focus on specifics. Don't just say, American education is the best. It's too generic. Talk about the flexible curriculum hands-on research, or specific industry connections your U.S. program has that you can't get elsewhere. For example, while I looked at programs in other countries, the U.S. university system's focus on practical research and its close ties to the tech industry is really unique. The chance for hands-on projects at Northwood was something I just couldn't find anywhere else.
Perfect. Next question. Do you have relatives in the US?
Always be honest. Lying is the fastest way to get a denial. If you have relatives, say so, but immediately pivot back to your main purpose. For example, yes, my aunt lives in California, but I'm going to be studying in Michigan, which is pretty far away. My plan is to live on campus, and my focus is entirely on my studies. This shows you're truthful but reinforces that you're not going there to stay with family.
That's the key. Honesty without giving them any reason to doubt you. Okay, next. What was your undergraduate GPA? Or what are your test scores?
Know your numbers and be direct. My GPA was a 3.5 out of 4.0. If your grades aren't perfect, don't panic or make excuses. If they ask, be ready to briefly explain it, maybe by highlighting great scores in your major or showing that your grades improved over time. The goal is to show you can handle the academic work.
Great advice. Own your record with confidence. How about this one? You already have a master's degree. Why do you need another one?
This question is all about showing a logical career path. You have to explain why this specific degree is the essential next step, not just an excuse to get to the US. For instance, my first master's was in business, which gave me great management skills. But to lead my family's company into the tech sector, I need specialized, hands-on knowledge in AI. This master's in computer science fills that exact gap in my skill set.
Excellent. That answer ties everything back to your plan to return home. Okay, here's a tough one. What will you do if your visa is rejected?
The officer is testing how desperate you are. You want to show that you'd be disappointed, but your life and career will move forward just fine at home. This reinforces your strong home ties. A great answer is, of course, I'd be disappointed since I'm very excited about this program. But I would probably reapply for the next semester and work on strengthening my application. In the meantime, I'd continue working at my family's company and look for other ways to gain similar skills in my home country. This shows you aren't dependent on the US for your future.
That's a fantastic way to handle it. It shows resilience and, more importantly, that you have a great future waiting for you at home. One last thing, body language really matters. Sit up straight, make eye contact, and try not to fidget. It signals confidence and honesty. And a simple good morning and a smile can go a long way.
Absolutely. It's a formal interview, but it's still a human-to-human interaction. Being polite and confident in how you speak and carry yourself makes a huge difference. And definitely dress professionally. Business casual shows you're taking this seriously.
Okay, let's recap the main takeaways. The F1 visa interview is not a test of perfect English or your memorization skills. It's a conversation.
The visa officer's job is to confirm you're a real student with a clear plan and strong reasons to go back home. Your job is to communicate that plan clearly and with confidence.
And remember to be personal. Your own story and your own specific goals will always be more powerful than any generic script you find online. Weave your university choice, your finances, and your post-grad plans into one consistent, believable story.
Practice your answers, but don't memorize them. Get comfortable with the rhythm of conversational English by listening to podcasts or watching shows. The goal is to internalize your story so well that you can just talk about it naturally.
You've already done the hard work of getting into a U.S. university. This is just the final step. Walk in there prepared, be honest, and be yourself. You've got this.
We really hope this practice session helped you out. If it did, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel grow so we can make more content for students just like you.
And if you want to keep practicing, check out our next video. We'll do a deep dive into explaining your financial documents and tackling those tricky questions about your sponsor. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your interview.